Trojan family, Trojan gang, fight on forever is in the building. And with this latest decommitment of Justice Terry, USC is in a state of emergency. Let me tell you, our NIL is failing us horribly. Right? Now, what I don't understand is when we struck out in the transfer portal, you know what I'm saying? We said, first off, let me rewind back even before that, right? Let's think about the hits we've been taking at the most crucial positions, right? We come into this season needing upgrades on the defensive line, right? So we added Isaiah Rakes, Nate Clifton, and we was looking to add more. Before we could even add more, Bear Alexander decommitted. We got lucky, a prayer, somebody stopped playing, and he recommitted back to the team. Then we lost Isaiah Rakes and Dejan Latif, right? So we already came into the season probably needing at least 3 or 4 more quality defensive linemen. Let's keep it real. And then we went -5 because not only did we need 3 to 4 more quality defensive linemen, we lost 2 in the process. So when the transfer portal window opened up again, it was very necessary that we at least get 2 defensive linemen to make up for the 2 we lost. We punted. We didn't want to play ball. We didn't want to spend no money. And the fans, USC fans, y'all was agreeing. USC fans, y'all said, yeah, why pay $1 million for a player that ain't worth it? Right? Why pay this money for a player that ain't worth it? And I told y'all, I said, it ain't about how much money the player's worth. It's about how much money the need is worth. Right? So what I mean by that, a player might not be worth $1 million to play defensive line, but to fix the defensive line problem is worth that much. So would you be willing to pay $2 million to fix your defensive line problems, to get Derek Harmon and Dominic Williams? Right? Now these kids, we might be overpaying these kids, but the result, if that results in our defensive line being stout and not trash, then it's worth the money. See, it's what the addition do to your team, not how much the player is worth. That's why some quarterbacks, when you look at some NFL players get more than they worth because the team needs them that bad. Dak Prescott ain't worth all that money that he get, right? A lot of these quarterbacks ain't worth all the money they get, but it's so crucial. The quarterback's position is so crucial, and it ain't that many great ones out there. When you got a good one, not even great, you have to overpay to keep them. Now, Dak Prescott ain't all that, but if the Dallas Cowboys didn't have him, then they probably be trash. So they got to pay a player like Prescott and Kirk Cousins big money like they Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. They got to pay them big money, because if they don't have them, then now your team suck. So without the quality defensive linemen, our defense is going to suck. So it wasn't about giving players what they worth. It was about filling the need that's worth it, right? We struck out on that. And the fans, y'all agreed with it, say don't give these transfer portal players this money. All right. On the back note of that, it was said that they saving this money for the 25 class. Right? That's all I hear. Oh, USC NIL ain't that great, so we got to save this money for the 25 class. Right? Now, how in the hell that we ain't even got money for the 25 class? Right? And the writing been on the wall. I was watching Inside Troy. They had Ryan Abraham on there and Connor Morissette, I think his name is, right? And he was saying, and I left a comment, and he was saying that the USC NIL ain't as confident in having that NIL money for Juju Lewis. They wasn't confident that they could fulfill their promises. And I left a comment and I said, how in the hell is USC NIL not confident in landing Juju Lewis? Right? So if you listen to all these USC channels, it's been hints it's been hints being laid everywhere that USC was still struggling with the NIL. So my thing is, what the hell is going on? Who is stealing money at USC? Who is at USC but against USC? How in the world that we don't have enough money for transfer portal guys and we ain't got enough money for the high school class? I'm not letting that go. I'm not letting go. When I was pounding the table saying, give these defensive linemen, give Derek Harmon and Dominique Williams, give them what they want. Not what they worth. Give them what they want, because we need them to be competitive. It's not about is they worth it, will they make us more competitive? And yes, Derek Harmon and Dominique Williams would have made us more competitive. We'll feel more confident going into the season. We just would. Right? But no, nobody wanted to pay the transfer portal guys because, oh, we're going to save this money for the high school class then. And I'm like, okay, if that's true, then we better sign a #1 high school class. But then when it comes around to the high school class and nobody ain't thinking about the portal now we ain't even got enough money for the high school players. How the hell is this happening? Didn't the NCAA just say, that the universities can pay the players? So why is players leaving? Because they ain't getting no money. But the universities can pay players. Y'all, that's real. The university could pay players. In 2022, I seen a graphic. I looked up how much money USC make per year. I couldn't get all the years, but I found a stat that said in 2022, USC profited $6.9 billion. So why now, when the colleges, the university could pay these players out their pocket, starting with the 25 class, how in the hell that we ain't got no money to give these kids? USC is stingy as fuck. I don't care if I get copyrighted. I don't care. I'm gonna keep it real. USC must be stingy as fuck. And Carol Folt and Jen Cohen needs to go. Whoever is leading this university needs to go. There's no way in hell that we should be struggling financially to acquire players. USC fans, I'm sorry. Our university, the leaders at our university do not care about football. And no disrespect to women, and no women that's listening to this, I love y'all. But sometimes you just need alpha males leading a program. We got 2 females at the very top, Carol Folt and Jen Cohen. They can't be tapped into reality. They look at USC as a business, right? They ain't looking at USC as a football school that we need to have football cracking. Right? They don't care about the football program like we do. And as a fan, we deserve better than our leadership. We deserve better. LA is down bad. USC and the Lakers leadership is trash. It's trash right now. The only franchise in LA that got the right leadership is the Dodgers. The Dodgers the only one that is all the way invested on the team. These players is decommitting because USC ain't serious about football. The basketball team didn't sign 10 players. Right? Then got 10 transfers, recruiting class stacked. The football team, we can't do nothing. And now and now I gotta take what Connor Morris said, that the USC NIL is not even confident in that they could give Juju Lewis what he want. I gotta take that even more serious now. USC, the program we love, y'all, they just don't get it. They think they could get players off tradition and prestige, like people just gonna go to USC just because LA in the education. I'm sorry. Money rules the world. Money rules the world. Every significant mystery, every significant happening is controlled by the money. The money make the whole world go round. And USC it's like, and another thing, the NCAA affected us too. Ever since they put us on sanctions, they put us behind 14 years. Because once we got put on sanctions, USC wasn't trying to deal with no collective. They wasn't even trying to deal with it. These other schools been having collectives since the 70s. USC been stopped having a collective with the sanctions. That scared USC so much, any little program we had running got destroyed. These other schools was NIL and in collectives gathering since the 70s. They've been doing this for multiple years. USC is years behind in the NIL, right? But that shouldn't matter. The NIL is something different, right? Like, I kind of get it if we just don't have the boosters and we just ain't got it organized enough, because the university has ignored stuff like this since 2009, right? But when you tell me that the NCAA is letting universities pay high school players, starting with this 25 class, and USC in 2022 made 6.9 billion. USC finna make like 80 million joining the Big Ten in 1 year, right? All the endowment, all the research money for science. These universities, USC is rich. And the fact that USC is rich, and the fact that the university could pay players, and the fact that we're losing players because of money, let y'all know everything. Let y'all know everything. I'm sorry. We finna really have to do it like Utah or something, or Michigan. Michigan is an anomaly, but we gonna really have to be a school that could win with a gang of 3 stars and some 4 stars. And what I'm saying is, we is not gonna have the blue blood talent. We ain't gonna have the talent that Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama. We gonna be the lesser talented team when we play against these blue bloods for the foreseeable future, because we is not gonna acquire the talent that we need to compete consistently, not paying players. And Lincoln Riley need to grow some balls. No, it ain't Lincoln Riley's fault, but he need to grow some balls. And what I mean by that is, Nick Saban and Ryan Day came out and said it. Nick Saban told Alabama, the university, we need 13 million. We need to know, he said we at least need 12 million to compete in recruiting a year. Ryan Day said Ohio State, we at least need 13 million to recruit every year. You know what Lincoln Riley ass gonna say? I already know what he gonna say. We want the kids that really want to be at USC. That's all he gonna say, if he even say anything at all. We want the kids that really want to be at. No kids really want to be nowhere without no bag. Kids want to be where the bag is at. And just like my boy USCJ sent me a quote that somebody said, these parents pay money for these kids' development, going to all these camps and schools and getting all this training. Like, so it ain't just the players want money, it's the parents want their money back that they invested in their kid as well, right? So USC think they could get away with lowballing. USC think they could acquire the same talent that these other schools get, and they drop in the bag. They think they could acquire that talent just by having LA in the tradition. LA is not the only great city in the world. Some people don't even like LA. You know what I'm saying? Some people like the country. Some people like smaller towns. Some people like lesser traffic, right? Some people like different demographics, right? Everybody don't look at LA as a place that they want to live, right? So thinking LA gonna do it in tradition, our tradition is so far gone and so long ago, it don't even matter. Money talks, money speaks, especially when you's a youngster and your brain ain't even fully developed. This money gonna override everything. I know when Justice Terry and Isaiah Gibson committed, they probably really wanted to commit it. They probably was really loving what Eric Henderson was saying and what USC has to offer. But if you have no money, that's a deal breaker. If you can't pay players like these other schools, that's a deal breaker. This is football. Your career could end in a split second. You could break your neck and it's all over with. So USC, we turned it into a basketball school. I don't know what to tell y'all. I told y'all a long time ago on one of my rants, right? And people was mad at me because I wasn't sunshine pumping. I told y'all a while back when we lost Ryan Pelham, when we was losing all these recruits, right? And kids hitting in the transfer portal, I told y'all, we gonna be in a situation long as Carol Folk and Jen Cohen is at the helm. And I say this, and I know Jen Cohen knew, but I say this, anybody with a brain at USC who really wants to win will pound the table and say we gotta pay these players. What was stopping USC from going into their pocket, because it's legal now? What was stopping USC from going into that $1 billion bank account that they got? What was stopping them from giving Justice Terry and Isaiah Gibson with the NIL promise? I'm pretty sure it was under $1 million, right? Because that's what I'm hearing. That's what Carter Sports is hearing. That's what everybody's saying. These are kids that decommitted because USC made promises that they couldn't keep. And that's money-wise, because any other promise you will have to be on campus. You know what I'm saying? If you made a promise that you get great education, you got to go to class for that, right? So when they say USC is not fulfilling their promises with these kids, it's money. USC is a program that don't care about football. See, what happened is our down years, the USC University still made money because it's college, it's university. This is a big business. So the leaders don't care. Long as they bottom line, like I said, in 2022, they made $6.9 billion. And that's the year we went 11-3. What, lost to Tulane? We ain't had football success in a while. And the university is still making billions. We live in a cesspool. We live in California where it's all about money and it's all about selfishness and nobody even care. That's why it's so many fair weather fans. That's why we can't even fill the Coliseum. Californians, we don't care about sports. All we care is about money, living that fast life, and enjoying the perks of California, right? And that trickles down to our university. These other schools, these blue blood schools, they got people that's a part of their university that actually love football and love their university and crave their life won't even be happy unless they team competing. We got this regular people who just got a job at USC. They don't love the football. Carol Folk and Jen Cohen and the collect, they don't love USC football. They love the job. They love to be able to say, oh, I'm the president at USC. Oh, I'm the athletic director at USC. They proud of the name. That's all they care about, the name and the job. They don't really care about this football program, man. And it shows when the NCAA broke out that the colleges could share their revenue with the players. I said, now we finna see how serious USC is. We finna see what our future gonna look like. And now that the fact that the NCAA is trying to make it even for everybody to compete, because the NCAA know that everybody ain't got the same NIL. So they let the colleges play. That means everybody can, and we still can't compete. The NCAA implemented something that made it easier for all the Big Ten and SEC schools to compete because they all got nice contracts and they all get money. All Big Ten schools and SEC schools get money. So when the NCAA opened up that, when the NCAA opened up that the colleges can pay, it shouldn't be no Power 5. It shouldn't be no Big Ten or SEC team that can't compete financially. Like, damn, is we really the only blue blood who can't compete, that refuse to compete financially? At this point, we're refusing. At this point, we in denial, and we think that either players is gonna come without no money, Or we can win with a gang of 3 stars. Right? And we gonna find out the heart, but we already know the outcome. We deserve better. We deserve, USC fans, we deserve better what USC has become. This ain't the same USC that we grew up off of. And we deserve better. And we should boycott. We shouldn't go to no USC games. Because this is what I know, y'all. When you got rich people and they in a position of power, they don't listen to the people beneath them and the fans like us. Right? So to get their attention, you got to hit them where it hurt. You got to embarrass them. You got to make it the football program a not-profit. Got to stop buying all memorabilia. When USC playing the Coliseum, it should be empty. It shouldn't be no USC. And I know I'm going to get back like, but if we won't change, you got to do something dramatic. Why you think people protest? Right? So to get the people empowered to change and to hear our cries, we got to affect their bottom dollar. Now, if they walked in the Coliseum and it was only 20,000 fans in there, and it was all Big Ten fans, and no, they gonna have to start asking why. Somebody above them gonna be like, okay, what's going on? Why is there no fans in the stands? Why there are no memorabilia being watched? Why the California ratings ain't nobody watching USC? And they will have to dig into that. And they will find out that the fans is pissed with the administration, and the fans is not going to support a football program that don't even care about the success. Why stress? Why are we going to sit here and cry over USC and hope they do the right thing when they continue to not to do the right thing? USC, we can't even blame the NCAA no more. We can't blame nobody but ourselves. And it's sad, man. And it's sad. So it don't even matter if we pull a miracle. If what I'm hearing is true, we could go 10-2 and our recruiting class still go suck. This is this generation. This generation is all about the bag, man. And we ain't gonna do nothing. I'm sorry. Lincoln Riley say, oh, when he first got here, this roster gonna be the least talented team he had. No. The most talented team we had that came and gone. We're not gonna get more talented. Like this team we got right now, this gonna be the best talent we got. We lucky we got all that talent from the 2023 class, to be honest with you. Right? So no, we're not going to be more talented in the future. Our talent level actually about to go down, man. It's about to go down until we get new leadership or till we wake up. And it ain't Lincoln Riley's fault, but our coach, he's not an alpha male, man. He supposed to did exactly what Ryan Day and Nick Saban did 2 years ago when they told their universities we need 12 to 13 million to compete in recruiting. That's what Lincoln Riley should be saying. But whenever Lincoln Riley speak on this situation, I guarantee you he's going to be like, we want the players that want to play it. That's USC favorite excuse. Like, how long is we going to keep going for that? No, I want players that could ball to play at USC. I want USC to make the players want to play at USC. USC is like a female who think her looks is gonna get her everything in life, and don't even realize she ain't even looking good as she used to because she broke. Right? Just like keeping Grinch too long. Our coach ain't an alpha male. If niggas really wanted to win, right? If they really wanted to win, he would have fired Grinch. Grinch wouldn't have stuck on that long. You get what I'm saying? Grinch wouldn't even stuck around that long. Right? But Grinch stayed as long as he did because people nice. People want to have relationships. Oh, this my guy, this my buddy. But like I said, it ain't Lincoln Riley's fault that the NIL failing. But it's his fault not to put the pressure in the heat. Because they ain't gonna listen to us. They will listen to him. You know why they'll listen to him though? Because they invested $100 million in him. And he can't put the heat on them in private in the meeting like, hey, yeah, no, he got to put the heat on them in pressure. I mean, in public. Straight up. So until we change our approach, until we get some people in the university that really care about winning, we're going to be a mediocre team. Expect 8-4s and 9-3s. Expect to have a Utah level type talent, man. Because that's what we at. And expect that, so don't get your heart broke. So don't get your hopes up. USC fans, stay off Twitter, stay off the internet. Stay off the comment boards, right? Because we ain't got no right to talk. We can't talk trash about nobody. Because our university is gonna make us look silly. We be in the comments capping for our university. They're gonna make us look silly. They proving everybody right. Everybody said these Georgia kids was gonna flip. And guess what they did? And they're relishing in it. They pinning our old comments about how Justice Terry and I like how we gonna be good with our recruits. They pinning them. So we can't go to bat and fight for USC and talk our stuff. Cause our university is gonna disappoint us. Carol Folt, Jen Cohen, Spencer Harris, they somewhere sipping pina coladas chilling. They somewhere just chilling. They probably don't even care. Oh, Justice Terry decommitted. Oh, okay, we want the players that want to be at USC. Well, obviously, for a second he did. It's sad, man. I'm out of here, man. It's Carter Sports. It's sorry old ass USC. And I'm out, man.